on the channel, we do a first time in the line basics unboxing with Dexter Lumis, Jake Atlas, and AJ Lee.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another Mattel Basics unboxing and review. And today we've got some first time in the line basic Mattel figures as we got Dexter Lumis, AJ Lee, and Jake Atlas. But remember, for all your Mattel wrestling figure needs, hit up Wrestling Collectors Shop. Use discount code Kyle and discount code Kyle10 to save. So first time in the line, Mattel putting their business hat on. Always good to put first time in the lines in basic because it creates some excitement, creates some people like me buying a basic that maybe would pass on the basic if there was already an elite version out there. And Dexter Lumis, a perfect example. I have to think we're going to get a Dexter Lumis elite figure one of these days. He's been around for a while, well over a year at this point. I'm happy to get this one, but give me an elite one. I'm all in on Dexter Lumis. AJ Lee, we know this was the time where basics and elites for females were basically the same thing, but we did get an elite AJ Lee as well. Jake Atlas, never going to happen. He has left the WWE. He went over to AEW, wrestled a match, and I think maybe he got hurt and hasn't been seen of since then. Maybe he's on AEW Dark for all I know. I'm not exactly sure. But he did go over there. He was in NXT for just a quick cup of coffee, I guess we'll say. But of course, we're going to do these unboxings like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We should probably do ladies first. It's always a good rule to live by. That's what my two daughters and wife say, so I guess I'll keep it up here on the channel. But we got AJ Lee. We're throwing it all the way back to basic Series 6. Woo, 6 when we're at like 130 right now. This is an old basic. Finally getting around to unboxing this one. Now, I needed this AJ Lee to be in my female display, as I do have the best AJ Lee figure is the one in green. I think I have it right there, if you can see it right there. That is the best one. I like that one a whole lot, and that one I have with CM Punk to kind of represent that time frame. But this one, very good. This will go in the female figures collection display. So we got that there. Old packaging. You don't see this around very much anymore. Maybe an occasional Walgreens off the beaten path. You might still see some old basics like this, but very, very rare, especially after all these years. And this was from 2012, 10 years old. It just doesn't seem like that's even possible, but here we are today. AJ Lee looking good in the package here, looking good all across the board. On the back, we got quite the heavy hitter lineup. Look at that lineup. You got Sheamus, you got Zack Ryder, you got CM Punk, you got John Cena, of course AJ Lee, and what is that, The Miz? Oh, Drew McIntyre. Oh boy, Drew McIntyre, old school Drew McIntyre. UPC's warnings down below. Just a lot going on here, but Superstars Series 6, ages 6 and up for you keeping track at home. All right, pains me to unbox it, but let's do it. Let's get AJ out of the pack. There she goes. Whoop, dropping stuff. See you later. See you later. And then we got a little plastic prison for AJ Lee. There it is. Do we ever think we'll see AJ Lee in the ring again? See you later. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I would assume it'll be AEW if it does happen. But I'm not sure if we'll ever see her wrestle once again. But it's interesting. It's a basic. It's an older basic. Man, these legs are extremely tight. Not a lot of movement in the legs, but you do got a thigh swivel. You do get bicep swivel. You do get single jointed elbows. You do get a little extra bracelet here that is free flowing. So if you took her hands off, that would fall off. But you do, and you get one over here, a black one on this side. So this is a little bit more than your average basic. There's a little bit more details to it. You got a little bit of sculpting on the shirt, a little bit, and then of course some paint down low. You get the blue pants, the black Chuck Taylor style boots she wore, nice black and white. You do get a necklace on her, so we do get some extra accessories, some extra goods with this one that you wouldn't see happening in basics very often in this day and age. It does look like AJ Lee, but it does look a little bit like her head got squished together. It's just a little bit squished together, if you ask me. But still not a terrible AJ Lee figure. And like I said, it'll go along with my female wrestling shelves down there. So I'll put her on a ringside stand. I'm sure she'll fit. And she fits like a glove. There it is. Very cool. AJ Lee, a forgotten superstar in some circles. It'll be interesting if she ever wrestles again with her husband, CM Punk, wrestling now. You never know. You never know what might happen there. So now we turn our attention to Jake Atlas. Gotta say, not a lot of bells and whistles in this one. Not a lot of excitement on this one. And I think the Mattel team knew, hey, Jake Atlas probably not getting an elite anytime soon, so we're going to make him a chase as well. I believe the black gear is the chase outfit. On guys like this, I don't care. I said whichever one I find first. Found the white one, called it good with that. I can't say Jake Atlas did a whole lot for me back in the day. I guess he never really had a chance to do a whole lot for me. We'll see if he gets back in the winning circle in AEW. Who knows? Maybe he'll take off and this one will be jumping up in value. But you got the first time in the line logo on him, Jake Atlas on the side. Picture of him, and then you got, of course, the figure in the bubble. On the back, we're promoting the rest of Series 123. We got Dexter Lumis right to the side of us. We got our old boy Otis. Jake Atlas being the chase here. Braun Strowman, one of the absolute worst figures of last year. And then we got Bobby Lashley. Warnings, UPCs down below. Let's get after it. Let's see what's going on with old Jake Atlas here. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic Prison, the half plastic prison. There it is. Jake Atlas. And see you later. Bam, there it goes. All right, so an interesting one. Actually, a really good head on this one. It definitely looks like Jake Atlas. I do got some smudges here and there on his skin. Actually, a lot more. I got some on the back, some on the shoulder. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. So how some of that paint got a little wild, apparently. But nice sculpt of the hair, especially. Nice look to the hair on this one. It definitely looks like Jake Atlas. This is going to be an easy guy to make an elite out of. Doing a head swap, pretty custom. Could be easy if you're looking to do that, if you need him in your elite line. He does come with a fist. I always appreciate that. Painted on wrist tape. Then he's got his logos on his trunks. You got white knee pads here. Nice decoration on the knee pads as well. Then you get the black boots. You do got a boot cut on this, but no ankle cuts at all. Legs go up. Knees always just crazy, ridiculously hard on the knees. You can almost just pull this leg off. Look at that. I mean, it's easier to pull the boot off than actually bend at the knee. That just seems absolutely crazy to me. But that's basics these days. The knee joints are so tight on these, they're basically like Frankenstein. They're just going to go straight up. That's basically what the articulation really is, because the knees, man, they are tough. They don't have a ton of bend in them at all. But you got Jake Atlas here. It is what it is. I don't foresee this one being setting anybody's world on fire. Like I said, he might surprise us in AEW, and I can see some people buying this for their AEW shelves currently. And once again, it's a fairly cheap figure. You probably still get it for about cost around $10 if you're searching for him. But there it is, Jake Atlas, the regular edition Jake Atlas from 123. Now we turn our attention to the one I was most excited for. We got old Dexter Lumis here. Big fan of him going all the way back to TNA. I don't know if he's ever going to get a chance on the main roster. I don't know if he's just a little short or what the deal they're thinking of here with Dexter Lumis, but I'd like to see him on the main roster. I think he could play this character very well on the main roster. I think it would add something, but who knows? You never know. He could be released tomorrow or he could be called up tomorrow for all we know, but a little bit of a plain figure. He's just got pants on. Green pants, but he's got beautiful tattoos going on. But the tattoos are a little, we'll get into it. We'll get into it once we get him out. Once again, first time in the line. Look at that mustache. You could almost set your watch to that mustache at this point. He is on NXT every week, so that is a good thing for him. Him and his wife, Indy Hartwell, I guess. But I like this figure a lot. A lot going on here. It is 123. We already ran down that lineup. Packaging's the same on the back as Jake Atlas. So let's dive in. Let's see what's going on with old Dexter here. See you later. Off to the side. Get the old plastic prison. The half plastic prison is an end. See you later. Over the top. There it goes. Now we got Dexter Lumis out of the package. Fabulous head sculpt. I love the head on this one. He just looks amazing. The mustache, everything else, the hair. Fabulous. This is one of the better basics as far as head sculpts go to me. I really do like this, and I'm happy they gave him at least a basic figure if they're not going to do an elite. And I'm going to hold out hope that later on in 2022, towards the end, maybe we'll see a Dexter Lumis elite. I think we need some fresh blood in the elite lineup, as we know so many superstars were released over the last 6 months. A guy like Dexter, I think it would be a perfect time for him to get a place in a traditional elite line. We'll see what happens there. Typical basic articulation, these knees. Unbelievable how hard these are. When I have to grab two hands to move them, I can only imagine a little kid sitting here fighting with this guy. But a very plain Jane figure, once again. Outside of the tattoos, this could be just anybody, but the tattoos really do set it off. He's got those very black tattoos. I don't remember there being a cut in the tattoo, but I guess I don't really stare at his tattoos at depth, but I always thought it was a full-on tattoo, just pure black, like it was a cover-up or something. And then this arm has the whole full sleeve. No color involved, but if I'm correct, I don't think he has any color in his tattoos, so that would make sense. He does come with one fist. I like that. He does have gloves on, which does speak to the character as well. He fits on a ringside stand. Yes, of course he does. I'm happy to get this one on my NXT shelf. This, out of a lot of figures, I would like to see him have an Elite. We got Shotzi Blackheart Elite coming soon. That was one of my most wanted. I'd really like to see a Dexter Lumis Elite. Hopefully, like I said, later on in the back half of the year. Fingers crossed for me. But what do you guys think about these three? Did you pick them up? Did you pass on them? Some better than others. I would say that AJ Lee's probably the star of the lineup. If anybody got to choose, they'd probably choose her just because she's a little harder to get in this day and age. But don't sleep on old Dexter. I think it's a good one. It's a sleeper basic. Jake Atlas is kind of there, really. There's not a lot to this one. I don't think any of us had enough chance to really grow a fondness to the character unless you're a really big fan of Undercover Boss on CBS. That could be, because I believe he was on that show with Stephanie McMahon. But it is what it is. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments down below. Which one do you want to see as an Elite? Taking AJ out of it. I got to think you guys agree with me on the Dexter Lumis. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below on these three. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the old notification bell. Give this video the old thumbs up. Follow along on Patreon. Link in the description below. You can get this video much, much earlier than traditional YouTube if you are so inclined. And you get to support the channel. SirPaul64 on Twitter. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. And, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for a little first time in the line basics, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.